Hi, my name is Michaela Clements, and I will be reviewing my scouting report on cheerleading. So, my scouting film was on the Southeast Raleigh cheer team, and I just wanted to show the report that was used to scout the individual athletes of that team. So, cheerleading is a little different in the scouting. So, for instance, we would go out to see a team perform in their natural environment, such as their games or homecoming, and we would assess the individual who had been previously put on our radar by either a parent or that coach. So, scouting for cheerleaders is really a individualized thing. It can be a group effort, but primarily it's individualized because it's hard to watch multiple athletes performing all at once and really getting a thorough observation of them. So we try and focus on one athlete at a time, a more desirable athlete who stands out more than others and has been put on our radar by someone who sees their potential over the others. So, starting with that, our scouting report looks similar to a trial report because it scores the athlete's ability while in their natural environment to see if they are performing at a higher level while in that stance. So, we will be watching the male in the video. He's a single male on the cheerleading team full of females, and we will just be scouting him for the duration of the video. So starting out, we start with the general appearance. So looking at the whole team, we saw that everyone was in unison with their uniform, with their hair. The reason we gave it an 8 was because once we looked closer, we saw that there were a few misguidances of the team and their uniformity. Like some of the uniforms were ill-fitting and not as attractive as they would need it to be. So next we will go on to attitude. For attitude, we gave a 10. The male was giving rambunctious, he was giving energy, he was vibrant, he was collecting the energy of everyone in the room solely because he was the only male on the team and he captured the audience grasp. For chanting, so the team started out with a chant, cheer, sort of thing, before they entered the dance part of their routine. And the male facial expressions, they weren't giving happy, they were more a confidence exuding. And we like to see more teeth, more smile, more excitement. We do like to see the fierce side of it, but we like to see a myriad or multitude of facial expressions that you could bring. So he would have to work on bringing more than one facial expression for us. Voice projection. Voice projection was a 10. We heard him through all the commotion in the stadium, through all of the other girls. We heard the voice. It wasn't because he was a male, it's because he was projecting. We heard the bass, we heard the intent in the voice. Okay. Motions. Now, for motions, the motions were good. They weren't perfect, they weren't sharp. And I get that there are different styles of cheers and that there are different ways, but we would like to see more sharp and really sticking it, those motions. Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm was a 9. And I gave him a 9 because, as you can see, it's as if some activities in their choreography provided more confidence than others. Like they were more prepared to do one thing more than the other. He was more ready for the dance than the cheer for me. Coordination. He was very coordinated, very hit those moves, but once again, those moves needed to be sharp. You needed to be in formation. The formation was there, it was just not clean cut. We need to be able to see the exact formation from the stands. knowledge. Knowledge was very clear that he knew what he was doing. He knew the next formation. He knew the next position. He knew where he needed to be. Interaction with audience, 10. The audience was engaged. They were focused. They were locked in, and they were very much receiving the energy that he was putting out. For the cheer section, like I said, once again, the attitude was just not giving joyful, it was giving fierce, it was giving ready, it was giving focused. We want to see that you're focused, but you can also show your facial expressions while still being focused. We like to see that. Voice projection, we know he was projecting his voice. Motions, we said he needs to be a little bit sharper. Enthusiasm, he was enthusiastic through the cheer, but not really in a joyful way, more so in a yes, I know what I'm doing, I'm here, I got this, you see me, I see you seeing me, I'm doing what I need to do, but not in a yes, let's get pep sort of way, spirit finger sort of way. That makes sense. Um, the knowledge, yes, the knowledge was there. He was in position, knew where he needed to be, just needed to fix those positions a little bit and make it a little bit more tighter in those formations. Interaction with audience, of course, gave it a 10 out of 10. Now the dance. The dance portion was very vibrant, got the crowd really engaged, really riled up to see this dance. They liked the music, they were ready, they were pumped up. For the dance coordination, I gave a 9. The dance was good, the coordination was good. It was the formations that were a little off balance, I'll say. The lines were staggering, let's say that. The knowledge. They knew the dance. They knew the dance. It was just some people were late and it was causing others to look as though they weren't doing what they needed to, but they were. So we needed to work on that. And he was very good at performing the dance well and standing formation. He knew the dance. The motions were, again, they were dance motions. When in cheer, we like to be more sharp. And I saw that his dance motions were a little bit more loose. And I know that there is different styles of dance, but we still would like to see that you know how to perform tightness and sharpness, and you know how to still perform with a structured position. The energy was always being provided during the whole dance. The athlete was really feeling the dance, really seeing the crowd, seeing that he was really putting on his best work for the dance, and the crowd really enjoyed it. Now, for the jump section, this would usually be a deal breaker because we would be looking for jumps, and their performance had no jumps at all implemented into it, so we couldn't exactly penalize him for it because it wasn't him, it was the performance. But at the end, as you saw in the video, he did complete a series of tumbling at the end solely by himself at the end that weren't jumps but just tumbling, which isn't scored on here but would be scored to assess that he may not have did this, but he's able to do tumbling, and we will have to see who do jumps in another setting. Thank you.